This is my new favorite blaster. And that's why.
Alright.
We don't have Busby contacts, so we had to outsource our Busby contacts. This is Chu from OutBack Nerf, and he's joining me with this. The Busby Destiny. I love it. It's really, really cool. You got sent it how long ago?
A week or two.
About a week or two ago. Yeah, so is this actually out yet? I don't know.
I actually don't think it is. Not in stores. It's probably very close to American retail.
Drac got a PR copy.
Yeah, okay. So they've sent out the samples, but not the actual full
Yeah.
things. Unfortunately, in Australia, we won't be getting these, which sucks. So I'm really glad that Chu's brought it around, because we've had a bit of a play with it beforehand, and I've sort of fallen in love with this thing. It's like the Mag Strike, but better, by like 3 times. Exactly like Mag Strike, pump it up, and then it shoots when you pull the trigger.
Vented from
Oh yeah. It's got this little vent thing on the side. Once again, a real killer would immediately ask about the little red button on the side of the gun. That's to sort of vent the pistons.
This button is also very similar to the one seen on the Boomco Rapid Madness. Basically, exactly the same function.
Yeah.
It vents the firing chamber, which then allows the clip to move more freely.
Actually, I guess that is a better comparison. The Rapid Madness.
Yeah. Or a sort of modernized, improved version of the Mag Strike.
Yeah. So 20 dart clips, actually. This actually has clips. Feeds in from the side, obviously. It would be way cooler, Busby, if you're watching, if this was up here, because gripping this thing like this feels so natural to do, like if it was meant to be bullpup, but it's not. You're meant to hold it out like that, which feels a bit weird. I really hope they sell these separately. Really, really hope they sell the clips separately, because if they do that, this would become my new HVC primary running off HPA. No questions
These
asked.
clips definitely need to be sold separately.
Yeah.
Boomco's Rapid Madness and generally the clip system has done better than they would have if, if they weren't separate. Because in America especially, you can get a whole heap for like $10, and that allows you to have a reasonable Boomco arsenal.
Some boners just got stacks of 40s.
Yeah, exactly. So like, if you take this and you shoot all your darts, and you've got this, and then you got to reload it before you can shoot again. What's the point of even having a detachable clip? You know?
That's one of the problems with the Mag Strike, was just no cheap source of spare clips.
Yeah.
You had to buy more Mag Strikes, which comparatively is very expensive.
If Busby doesn't make these, I really hope someone third party does. So it takes a fair few pumps, but then you can kind of hear it. OPV kicks in. See, that's just cool. That's just really, really cool. And then this just, when you release the trigger, there's actually a little catch, so it will hold the mag in. So you've actually got to pull the trigger to pull the mag out. And then you press this little button to vent the excess air.
So something that, if you don't vent the air from the firing chamber, it can randomly just fire once and then fire it off.
So if we shoot a couple,
it'll only occur if you fired off all the air from that's enough to actively fire.
I don't know. It happens. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
It just randomly fired.
If you release the air, obviously it can't do that. To vent all the air from the tank, you hold down the button and then
trigger. This is a great candidate for either a HPA or an LPA system, I reckon, because if you take this trigger, if you have it like this, you can have a top-loading system where you just 20 shots, and then this will just drop out the bottom, and then you just slap another one in the top. This would be fantastic for HVZ with an LPA setup. So if these come separate, I will probably buy 20 of them, just have them in a pouch and just... Chu and I are dying to have a look on the inside of this thing, so we're going to start pulling it apart. So Chu, what did you do to get it apart?
So there are 3 parts that need to come off after taking out all the screws. The first is this back plate, which is glued on. Use a flathead, quite a small one, get it underneath, use a hammer, knock it in, break the glue, and it'll slide off once you've broken enough glue.
And there's glue all the way around the edge?
As far as I can tell, yeah, pretty much. You can also see the residue around. There's a cap on the pump. It'll just jack off with flathead. It's not glued, thankfully. The front cap, this is also glued, but unlike the back cap, is extremely difficult to pry off in the same manner, because there's no way you can actually get flathead underneath to break all the glue. So I just sawed straight through it. Just don't saw directly down, because otherwise you cut the inside barrel as well. Cut around the side. Don't be an idiot like me.
Yep.
Which means... Ooh.
Holy, what the?
Very simple. This is basically just a mag strike. We've got a bladder here. Yeah, it's exactly the same as a mag striker in after 20. We've got a bladder here, which is rubber. This again is the OPV little button, so that would press against the back cap once it's fully inflated. And I think, yeah, you can see that just filling up like that. And then, you know, whoa! Interesting. So
It just slides on, kind of like with a B-bump.
So that's just a double O-ring seal. It works because it's being bracketed down. Something to be careful of, I guess. This is nice. I really like this because when we were looking at this to start with, I really disliked the fact that the trigger was at the back, and it would be an absolutely dead simple modification to cut the shell here and attach the trigger to this bar here. Like, that would be stupidly simple to do.
That'd take 10 minutes with a couple of basic tools.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so this system is exactly the same to the Mag Strike and the RF20, and it's a little bit complicated, but fairly simple when you understand what's actually going on. When we press this valve here, air comes out of the bladder and fills up between this seal here and this skirt seal at the back. I'm just gonna hold it and vent some air in. And we can see what happens is that this fills up and starts to get pushed forward. Now, this seal holds this internal plastic piece against the front here, and we can see this spring inside compressing. Once it gets all the way forward, this plastic piece reaches the end of its travel and starts to break this seal at the front, and we can see that being pulled back like that. Now, once I let it a little bit further forward, all of the air between this skirt seal and this seal at the back here is going to be vented out the hole. So, just like that. You can't really see it because it happens really quickly, but that plastic piece would jump back, leaving the thing like this, which would let all of the air out of the front, and then once that pressure has disappeared, these two springs on the side reset the system. The net result is something like this.
Pushing against that front seal on the back.
Yeah. This actually expands out and seals against the front of the magazine here. So it's got either the top or the bottom, and that just lines up to the holes on the back of the magazine. In order to increase the rate of fire of this blaster, you need to do two things. You need to increase these springs in order to make it return quicker, but in order for the thing to be timed correctly, you then also need to increase the pressure. It also means that if you increase the pressure without increasing these return springs, you might get issues with the timing. So it might not fully vent all of the air or, you know, something like that.
That explains some of the problems I've been having with the Rapid Bandus and the Mag Strike. You know, cut down the OPRV for more capacity and more pressure. And I've had problems where it's actually slowed down because you're changing only pressure and not the main springs. You're losing that timing.
Yeah. Yeah. So because this is exactly like there's no like QEV or anything in this system. It's all based off these two springs and the air pressure and the volume. Modifying this system might require changing all four of those things. Tricky to mod, but we'll probably give it a shot. I will. Nah, probably not. Like, honestly, this thing is amazing, and you could probably just increase the pressure a little bit with HPA and get away with it. But what is really nice is that with a system like this, all you need to do, glue off this, seal that off, and then feed in HPA or LPA, whatever. It's really simple to just replace this storage bladder with some other air tank.
Yeah. And you probably also want to move the trigger to the front and then
Yes.
make this into a stock.
Yeah, exactly. Because this bar here is the same bar that, you know, links to the trigger back here, it would be an absolute breeze of a mod to just put that trigger back there, which is what I was just ranting about when I first saw this blaster. Why is it not at the front? So, very easy to make that
And then
change.
just throw on any stock you want on the back.
Yeah.
Ergonomically, that could have been all stock.
That could have easily been so much
and
better.
and
Imagine this. Trigger here, cut this pump off, cut this stock off because you've got LPA, put a Nerf stock attachment, and then a Raider stock out the back. That would be freaking amazing, I think. Anyway, this is the Destiny, and it's a really cool blaster. I love it. I love these intricate air power blasters.
It's also really fun to look at actually how they function because
Yeah.
it's not obvious when you just look at it. I had no idea how this works.
I had an inkling, but I'd forgotten because I haven't looked at an RF20 or Mag Strike for years. In order to do a mod guide for this, I'm going to have to wait for my paintball tank to arrive, which will be another couple of weeks. But all we're going to do really is just chop this off and feed in some regulated air.
And you have to take my Destiny.
Well, I'm going to get my own Destiny.
Or you can take mine.
Or I could take yours. The other thing is, Busby, please, please, for the love of God, sell these separately.
Apparently not.
Yeah, I checked with my contact at Busby. He said at the moment Busby has no plans to retail them separately.
Alright, Busby, make plans to retail these separately, because this thing, once you fired one of these clips, you're not going to spend friggin' 10 minutes loading one of these up again before you want to shoot. You want to grab another clip and put it in. That's the whole point of having clips. If you had these, I personally would buy 20 of them.
You can contact customer service to try and maybe order a few more. They've done before for some of their other accessories and parts.
Well, I'll definitely be doing that.
It
somehow.
would be cool if they sold non-retail packaging like they did with Modulus parts.
Just in a bare box.
Yeah.
Anyway, that sort of wraps up the video.
Thank you very much, Chew.
Thanks for bringing this around. I've had a blast. I've fallen in love with this blaster, and I basically need another one.
What have you done? You know what you've done?
It takes all the problems with the mag strike and fixes them. Because the clip feeds in from the side, it doesn't fall down. You know, these dimples hold the magazine in place really well. And it's available now. As long as these things are for sale, this will become a viable primary at HVZ.
Daniel the Wise is gonna like this.
Yes, exactly. If you've got a loving for the rapid madness, you love this thing.
And it's cheaper.
And it's cheaper.
$25 US retail price.
Thanks for watching. I'm sure this was educational enough. If this wasn't educational enough for you going over how that firing mech works, I don't know what is. So, until the next video where I modify this to run off HPA, we'll see you then. So I'm going to shoot this, because I haven't actually shot it. Chew. Camera. Justin.
No.
Alex.
Hey.
He didn't say no. That's basically consent. Only limitation at the moment being this clip system. So violent.